Yeah, so it's going to change, over the year.
Hmm.
And then the 10 itself will be even bigger. And Chad's got some ideas talking about like regional AOIs and stuff like that too. But he's going to have a live at some point, coming on talking about that. And he'll be joining us. He'll be in the chat in the live. I think he's driving home from the trail event that he just finished up on
We're
Chickamauga, I
live.
think it was. Huh?
Are we live right now?
Oh, what? Do you think I didn't sneak it in on you just so we'd have a casual conversation? And
Of course.
what's up, fishing fam? Welcome back to another Gramps Live tonight. Yes, doing a quick recap. I say quick because Jeremy is exhausted. Poor dude has been out moving gravel all day. His driveway got washed out in the set of floods that we've had. And poor dude has spent 6 hours in the heat today. And if he falls asleep on stream, I'll text him and have my dad run over there and poke him or something. But yes, we are joined tonight by Liz, who won May for both Team Gramps and Team Freedom Squad. And then oddly enough, and we're all super happy about it, Mr. Alex on the water came in second. So we've already got four of the team from last year that finished in second place. We've already got four people that's going to be going back to the Knucklehead Bass Fishing Series, the Hero Cup. Now, granted, we're all still a little heartbroken, especially we three veterans sitting right here that was leading that team.
Don't
We would have loved to brought the Hero
don't
Cup.
get started.
I know. It's still just,
Uh,
but you know, Chad thought it'd be cool to have brother going mano y mano in the Hero Cup this year, but little does he know, if one of us wins, we all win. Because now, after tonight, we're going to have at least four of the people
oh,
who were on Team Gramps last year on two of the teams that'll be going back to the Knucklehead Bass Fishing Series this year. But Liz was the big winner in May with 110 inches, and I think you came in like second in total inches over all the teams.
third.
Was it third? Okay, but
Far
still
some other
still
guy.
monster performance with potentially the fish on that could have. It's nothing but like a bragging feature, but still, I know it's still. We were talking in the green room, a little before the live about how heartbroken we were over some of the fish we lost. And she was like, if you guys sort of seen the fish I lost, you'd throw up.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Tank.
So tell us how you spent your month catching your fish. It's like some people start right out the gate and smash them early, and some people just consistently upgrade throughout the month. But talk a little bit about your juice in Florida down there, because everybody just assumes, and we talk about this in our chat all the time. Everybody just assumes, oh well, she lives in Florida, everybody can just go down there and catch tanks. And that's not really the case, because
I mean,
I know a ton of people. My Florida PB is what, 10 inches, 11 inches? You know, that was
obviously
in,
bigger fish, right? Because bigger fish are around.
yep.
That's not the problem. But they're still just as savvy as any other large fish
Oh,
anywhere,
yeah.
right? So I was fishing a new body of water this year, the Tampa Bypass Canal. So it's new to me. A friend of mine told me that I needed to get on it and fish it. So I started putting in work at Christmas time off the bank prior to getting my kayak ready. Once I got the kayak done and got on the water, that thing started shaping up. It's an kind of odd body of water. It's probably 120 feet wide, 8 foot deep at the deepest, but it's lined with this lime boulders. So it almost has a ledge built into it. So anyway, and there's areas where it's much more pronounced than the other areas. And so I just focused on those early morning bite here is really, really good. And I did it with two baits, slowly but surely, because I'm a weekend warrior like a lot of you.
Yep.
Um, these were the baits right here, and also blue and chrome. It didn't matter which one of these I was throwing; they would hit it. So, kind of goes to show you that color really doesn't matter sometimes.
Yep.
It's getting that reaction strike. So it was that, and then a couple of the fish on the board were caught with a sea rig and green pumpkin full size brush hog.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, over hard
So
bottom.
so do you have a lot of grass you deal with? I know you know like the Zoom speedworm's one of your things and some grass, but
Normally,
you throw in a hybrid hunter, I would think okay that's because he can come over grass, but then you say Carolina rig and that's like a whole different ball game.
the canal is kind of anomalous this year. Normally, there's hydrilla that grows along the middle of it. They must have sprayed it. FWC here. They love to spray any body of water that has weeds in it. I don't know what these guys get off
Yeah,
on. Chinese Roundup they got to get rid of or something. Who the hell knows? So normally those fish will pattern up in that grass when that grass starts growing up and post spawn, right? They'll really get in there. But this year they didn't have that, so they were kind of random a little bit in those areas I told you about.
yep,
And then once in a while, if you kind of work the middle where there was the slightest, when I say the slightest depth change, it would be 6 to 7, and that was it. And there'd be a 1 or 2 sitting there. And that's just kind of what I did. Put in a lot of hours,
yeah.
water. Yeah, a lot of 8, 10 hours on the water.
So from the kayak, then you're taking advantage of being able to be on the outside of the ledge and
Mm-hmm.
either dragging a sea rig down over the ledge where a lot of the times they'll sit, and then I assume the hybrid hunter would work when they're like suspended off of that ledge, and then you're dragging it over their head, or
Yeah, yeah. Well, the hybrid hunter works great just if you're beating the bank. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? A rock bank. So some areas of the canal have a lot more rock than others, right? So
yeah,
I keyed in on those. So early morning, most normal people would throw a top water for sure. I don't think I've thrown a top water for more than 15 minutes this year.
yeah.
Uh, so I would start straight away with the hybrid hunter, and that's when they just smack it in
And how deep did you say the ones that you like to throw dive?
the 3 to 5.
3 to 5. Okay, so it's like a crankbait, but still different.
But it's different. I was throwing it on a 7.6 medium heavy mod. I mean, you've got to crack them a little bit,
Yeah,
but
okay,
I like the mod because it's a treble hook. Todd Castledine will tell you to throw this on like a 7.4 medium heavy fast.
okay.
But to me, when I'm dealing on the kayak and trying to get my net and doing everything and backing off the drag, whatever you got to do to land it, I like a little bit of forgiveness in the rod on those trebles.
Yeah,
Um,
because I mean, with it running like that, that's almost like a supersized square bill
yeah,
because you're
it's
yeah,
it's a it's a chunky bait. It catches big fish. I'm telling you, big. A lot of people need to be throwing this in the right situations
yeah,
a lot more often than they do. One's always tied on for me.
yeah, and I mean the proof is in the pudding too, because I mean as many fish as you go through hunting for the bigs, um, I mean
I,
putting up
a lot-
100.
I know Catch 22 guys would hate me, but I've probably released 300-400 fish without photographing them. So.
Oh, jeez. that's that's a lot of work. What pound test line do you throw that on? 12 or
17.
no 17? Yeah, what am I thinking? I'm thinking Indiana. You're 17 is your light.
Or that's it. Well, actually 16. I throw the Samurai camo. Um,
Okay.
great line, small diameter, strong as heck. I throw it on 16. Other people would say throw it on something heavier
Yeah.
because again, you really want to. It's just not like a traditional crankbait. You want to get into them good when they hit.
Gotcha. Just really put the smack down on them.
Yes, you really need to, for sure. So
Jeremy, when was the last time you picked up a brush hog?
I actually put
can't hear you.
Yeah, he's probably got his this time of night, and I pick the worst times to go live because he shares wireless with a neighborhood of people,
Oh,
and it seems like as soon as everybody gets home from work, they're beating up the network.
yeah, for
And so
sure.
I either need to figure out how to go earlier or later on, like not like a day when because I can't do it on days that we want to go fish, obviously, because then we got to be home early. But we want to do something during the week. But it's like he
them in
gets on,
my
and then everybody and their
well,
brother hops on their internet.
But yeah, throw a brush hog, people. Don't be afraid. Keep it simple.
backpack for Thursday.
Oh, gotcha.
I-
So he's ready to go. So he's going to be out fishing again on Thursday.
that-
We got rain. We got rain coming in for the next couple of days, but I know he's anxious to get back out on the water again.
Oh, I'm taking a nice break.
Yeah. Oh, trust me.
I will be Saturday morning, but no pressure.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be different. It'd be nice just to go fish and not get beat up. Of
Yeah,
course, I
I'll be on
told
the.
Grant, I was like, I'm done with tournaments forever and forever. And then I was like, well, we all know how that goes.
It's too stressful for me. I put too much pressure on myself. So
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Trust me, there was Tuesday after I lost that fish. I mean, I was dejected as you can get coming driving home. There's nothing worse than losing a big fish in an evening bite and then having a 90-minute drive home to think about it.
That
I
kind
was
of
like,
stuff.
screw this. I'm just going to cancel my leave and go to work. Jeremy's like,
JT,
just,
I had a mental breakdown on the canal when
yeah.
If anybody was walking by, they would have thought I was some crazy person. I mean, I'm crazy anyway, but they would have really thought I was crazy.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I was like, I'm going to cancel my leave. I'm going to go to work. He's like, look, dude, he's like, just go home, get some sleep in. We'll meet up around lunchtime. He says, you go over and start fish. I got my VA appointment at 1. I'll meet you over there as soon as I get done.
Exactly.
So I did. I mean, I rested because I'd been, like 6 days in a row. And so I slept in till like 7:30, got up, redid some rod or reels and, got over there and was, messing around. I've been playing with a lot more with the scope too. I've been focusing on it too much because the derb was going on. So it was like fish how you know to fish and play with the toys later. But since I was just like supposed to be in relaxation mode, I was like, let me scope around and find some ledges. And oh, there's fish suspending over here. Oh, there's some sitting here at the bottom of this ledge. So I started going through the arsenal and, dragging different baits. And I was like, oh, I see fish. I'm catching fish. Moose, what do you want, dude? You guys just came in. Go play. Stupid dogs. But yeah, and then it's like, I see this fish like sitting right here at the bottom of this, where the bend comes down at this drop off from 6 feet to 12. And so I just started dragging different stuff down there. I was like, well, they're gonna hit something sooner or later. Than doink. I was like, oh, we're on to something. And then I started seeing the difference between the bass and the crappie and the other things. But I ended up with 2 upgrades that day. And it was because I relaxed, let alone my lake PB on that spot.
You know what's funny? And I'm sorry to interject. I did not use electronics the last 2 weeks I was on the water. I purposely left it home.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Fished. Anyway, sorry to interrupt.
No, but I mean, I get it because it's like, I got to do what I do. I got to do what I know because that's what I know. It's not the time to be learning. But that day I was like, you know what? Just do something different, play, relax, fish. And that's what I did. Ended up catching 2 upgrades there. But then I took what I learned. And honestly, that fish that I lost on Tuesday taught me something about the area that these big fish were sitting in. And so Jeremy says he's going to jump in the chat. His services is jacked. So, but I learned something, and then I applied that to where we were on bogs, and then I caught those 2 upgrades, and then I was like, well, I was going to go to work. I'm off on Friday. I was like, I'm not going to fish, but I was like, I got to go fish now for at least a half a day, and then caught another upgrade, which moved me from 90 to 92 inches and sealed me into the top 10, which is really where I wanted to be. Awesome. So for me, that was, relaxing actually gave me some time to learn something. And, because I've always been a bank beater, but I'm trying to get in this offshore game, even using down and side imaging, which is what I use the most.
Absolutely. I mean, fish those areas where a lot of people just don't want to fish.
Yep, 100%, and when the big girls move off onto those ledges and then suspend. And then, Friday, as we're wrapping it up, I go over some fish and I see them suspended about 7 feet down. I was like, I'm going to tie on a jerkbait. Cast, nothing. Cast, twitch, bang, another fish, another upgrade. And I was like, I did 2 different things that I'd never do, a jerkbait and a Ned rig, and caught upgrades on both of them,
But a Ned rig.
Just the wildest stuff.
Gun to my head. I guess that's the same as tying on a jig. I don't even throw a jig. So yeah. I'm one of those horrible fishermen who keys in on on 4 to 5 specific techniques and baits, and if I have to deviate from there, I will. But normally,
Yeah, but I mean, if what you're doing, you're tricking them, and if you're not showing them jigs, which a lot of people throw 10-inch worm, everybody's 10 inches worm this time of year. Jeremy went for almost a whole month without catching a single worm fish. Everybody assumes that all his fish became on that Texas rig worm, but he was throwing something else and catching all of his fish a different way.
the funny thing is the bladed jig bite here was, for me, absolutely non-existent almost.
Yeah, I caught one.
With you, I couldn't. I was like, what the hell's going on? There's shad everywhere.
Yep.
They just didn't want it. They did not. I think maybe they've seen too many. Who knows? But
Yeah.
did not even play.
Only one of my keeper fish was on a chatterbait bait. I think I was throwing a thunder cricket, just be different, but I wanted to give him something different sound. My first 18 was on a black and blue thunder cricket because everybody throws jackhammers. Everybody throws,
vibration.
Yep, just something sounds a little bit different. That's why I keep an arsenal of a bunch of them, and stealth blade, the whole nine, just because give them different sounds. It's not the same old same. So yeah, I mean,
tacks here.
Huh?
So are we getting down to brass tacks?
Are you ready?
Yeah, it's simple.
Okay, let us know.
Okay, I'll be fishing with you, JT.
Okay.
It all started with you, so we're going to continue that story. Jeremy knows I love him to death, so
100%.
It was very, very, very difficult decision, but yeah, I'm going to fish with you.
All right. And with that, I've already talked to Alex, and he was like, whichever way she goes, I'll be going the other way, because you took first. Then Alex on the water, our other Team Gramps teammate from last year, took second in both of them. So I know he's sitting here in the chat as well. I was talking to him on Facebook earlier, and so yeah. And then I guess I need to go ahead and pull up Fishing Chaos, and let's give a little love to what everybody was doing. And I know, Liz, you can't stay late because I know you don't like being on screen for forever.
It's
so
all
of
right.
course you stay in here as long as you want and whenever you're done.
But I did sign up for Thad Chuber for this month.
There you go.
I'm going to catch a bunch of fish and then upload them on the 30th just to irritate him.
There you go. Now, I was thinking what I need to do, because we're going to have folks like you and all that too. And of course, I want to keep you fishing in as many events, because I'm going to be doing some giveaways and trophies and stuff like that. And I know you're not all about all that, but I was thinking about maybe I should be doing like a big bass, something for like a big bass, or even like the smallest bass,
Oh,
I need to do like the tiny bass of the derb or whatever, the personal least or something. Jones with the fish wants to know if I threw the swim bait yet. Sam, I tried throwing the Chad Shad, the Mag Draft. What else? No, but I'm gonna keep throwing them. I'm gonna listen to your advice.
New bait, the one that Zaldane has out. Although that one I haven't had any luck with. I wanted to throw it and kind of learn it, but I bought 2 baits and I can't get the line through. The line will not go through.
No, I got you.
Very frustrating. But then I'm a potato half the time anyway, so I'm sure I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, but it's one of those things that but my buddy Sam here, he's like one of our state, like, just decimates them. Him and a couple other dudes, like every month, always. I mean, but they know what they're doing here in Indiana and are really on them too. But yeah, I did throw some bigger baits. It turned out really for me throwing things that I don't really ever throw, like a Ned rig and a freaking jerk bait, but I'm going to keep working on this offshore game, and I'm going to up my abilities here in the state, because where Sam fishes is only 30 minutes from where I live, and I hate that lake. It's the biggest lake in the state. It gets hammered by every major. If BASS or MLF are coming to Indiana, they're going to that lake. It's a big body of water, but like he keeps telling me, break it down section by section and, pick an area and learn to fish it. And I'm going to. I really am, because it doesn't make sense for me to drive. I will drive 90 minutes and 2 hours away to fish anywhere else. but it's 45 minutes to the lake that me and Jeremy have been fishing a lot and learning a lot. But, our Big Lake Monroe here is one that I need to learn because there are fish in there that I could compete if I go out and learn it. So,
I'm sure that fat smallmouth was caught in there.
yeah, 100%. I mean, who knew that was coming? But scrolling through the old winners list here, Liz with 110 inches, 24 inch, a 22 and a half, a 21 and a half, a 21 and a quarter, and a 21. I mean, that is just monstrous. Now, I was talking a little smack, just trying to keep you on your toes when I saw, we knew Alex was going to put up over 100 inches, but when I saw Mr. Kyle Jones start popping in from Texas and he launched it with a 25 and a quarter.
That's why I fished butt off. Remember?
He comes in with a 25 and a quarter and a 23. If he'd he had room to grow with those 1917s and 16s. So I figured if there was anybody out there that was gonna throw up a bag, that he might have a chance. I was like, well, let me mess with Liz and turn the leaderboards off and drive her insane. But
it sucked. I did not like that.
I know you didn't, and that's why I turned it on early because I knew you were stressing when you were texting me over the weekend. So it's all good. But that's why I was like, I can't do this to her. She's gonna have a heart attack out here.
100%.
So,
how high strung I am.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, this is a great idea. I was like, this is a bad idea. I need to turn the boards back on.
It's been fun, JT. I had these types of events and what they, and who's benefiting from them. To me, that's the fun part for me and all of you guys. So I think I'll always try and fish this, knowing that it goes to a good cause. That's the bigger picture for me.
100%. Yep.
October though, because then I'll get to see people that at least in my fishing world that I care about. So that'll be awesome too. It'll be fantastic.
Yeah. Cotton was like, I hate it when the TD turns off the leaderboard. I'm like, you know what? I always bitch about that. And then I'm the one who goes and does it. And it's like, I got to turn it back on.
Well, you could check individual anglers and what fish they uploaded. So that's what I was doing. But
yeah, and I kind of forgot that was there, and then I would have remembered it because I actually texted Matt and I was like, "Hey, go look at your thing and see if you can figure out." And I was like, "Wait, I know you can because I've done that before too." So that's when I decided, I'll just go ahead and turn it back on and let everybody know where they're at.
Yeah. Anyway, I can get off now, right?
Huh?
I said I can leave this live now.
Yes, you can. So again, so I should be getting a box in from Catch tomorrow, and I've got tracking numbers this time. So I should have our Team Gramps boards from last year.
That's the one thing I'm really waiting on.
Yep. So we'll go ahead and say it now. For the first place trophy goes to Liz, second place trophy goes to Alex, and then Kyle Jones from Texas gets the third place. And I'll post some pictures on Instagram and on YouTube when I get them in. They were hoping to get those to me before today, but I don't think they went out until like Friday or something. But I will have them. I have tracking number. They'll be delivered tomorrow. My NK300 motor should be here tomorrow too. But I will let you go, Miss Liz. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for supporting both Jeremy and I. And I will still encourage you, sign up for many teams, even though you don't have to, if you just want to upload your biggest donk of the month. We obviously appreciate the support, and that'll give you something to go play with. I should do like a big bass thing just for those of you that are one and done.
I'll sign up for you again. So I
appreciate you.
I'll see if I can catch another big one.
Yep. Because I tell people you can sign up for as many teams as you want. It's just you can only upload fish to 2 at a time unless you've won, obviously. So yeah, anywhere you want to go do there too. If you just want to post up one big
done, according to Chad.
But yeah, and that's true. But you're done for 5. But that doesn't mean I don't want you doing doing it again. So you can post up that big donk of the month. I need it. That should be the trophy I make, the donk of the month.
Yes.
I need the donk of the month and the dink of the month. I'm planning ahead for future.
Go.
All right. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yes, I'll see you.
Okay. Take care. So there we have it, boys and girls, ladies and gents. Miss Liz coming to Team Gramps and Mr. Alex on the water joining Freedom Squad. So we're going to have a hell of a couple of teams by the time we get this all done with. Let me pop over and show y'all what the hell's already going on in Team Gramps for this much, because last month Mr. Josh Welch was out doing catfish things, and this month he decided to start out with a bang with a 25.5, 221s, 17s, and then Mr. Jesse up north, or Smalley Smasher, is up there already on the giant smallies up north in Vermont. But again, I want to encourage everybody to, it can't always be about first, join. I get it. A lot of people honestly, I couldn't make this team living in Indiana. Trust me, I know it's hard. I mean, I fish all month and come up with 92 inches, and that about beat me to death. But again, that's why I came out with first, second, and third place catch trophies. And then I'm also going to do random drawings for those who participate in each monthly. So this month, let me go ahead and move over. Well, before I move on, let me go to tournaments and go to Jeremy's, go to the Freedom Squad page, and let's talk about first, second, and third over there. Go to the May leaderboard. There we go. Look, these guys are already smashing them in June. They didn't waste any time. But there's Liz in first for Freedom Squad. Mr. Alex Sterling, who by default moves up, and honestly, so I mean, he put up a massive bag, and actually, look at this. It was actually tied for second and third, and it went down. They both had a 21.5, so the tiebreaker rolls down, and then his second 21.5 over a 21 actually edged Patrick Smith from Missouri out and moved him into third place. So that's how the tiebreakers are broken. But you look and see, I mean, they were dead even on score. It's just that next biggest bass, breaks the tie. So congrats to Liz, Alex, and Patrick. I mean, they pretty much do. I'll tell you guys what, these two teams are going to be stacked by the time we get to Gunnersville and Wheeler. It's going to be incredible. All right, with that said, let me stop sharing that one and start sharing our wheel of names, or I call it the wheel of Gramps. And these are all the people who participated in the May Catch 22. And what were they fishing for this month? Let me hide that. What were they fishing for? They were fishing for my personal fish ops. KBF National Championship sticker on it. Where's my American Legacy Fishing sticker on there? Probably some fish remains down in the... I tried to clean it up pretty good. Of course, I dropped in the Freedom Squad sticker on the end of it. And of course, the good old tether that comes with it. That's what everybody who participated this month got entered into the random drawing. Next month, one lucky winner. A couple of these events are going to be sponsored by our good friends at Lose. So this month, I will give the choice of the random drawing in June. And all you got to do is sign up. If you put up 2 fish, 5 fish, whatever, you just participate. You get your choice of a Lose Mock Crush bait casting reel, 7.5 to 1. Or if you prefer, that's actually the spinning reel. Or if you prefer the bait caster, the Lose Mock Crush SLP. You can see nice and clean and shiny. Woo. And if you're you're up north and you're more of a sissy sick smalley, wanting to throw the sweet goodness that is the Crush Orange from Lose, I'll let the random winner next month in the live, pick their choice. And then I'll give away the next one, not in July, but in August, because I have something else already for July. But again, so just remember, if you're fishing, you're signed up. Don't always have to worry about coming in first. First, second, third is going to get the cool catch trophies, which I'll show those on the next live because I'll have those all in and ready to go in the future. They should be here tomorrow. But yeah, that's where we're at. So do your you don't know how to catch a fish in a wacky rig. Yeah. Jeremy caught a fish on a drop shot. Craziness. But yeah, just popping in the chat real quick. But let's go ahead and put the wheel of names back up here. And then I will do shuffle. And we'll go ahead and click and pick a winner. And the winner is, probably should have made that full screen. Jesse. Excellent. So Jesse wins the custom Fish Ops catch board. And I will get with him in the chat and get this to him. Somebody's calling me now, and I don't know who. Hold on, this is probably important. All right, spam risk. It was ISIS. Suckers. So I don't know. Is Jesse in the chat? I don't know if he's in the chat tonight or not, but I will message him either way. But congrats to Jesse, one of the hammers up in Vermont. I know he's really putting in the work because he, like you guys, wants to make one of these teams and join us down there at Gunnersville and Wheeler. We get to split the lakes this year, so it's going to be rather interesting. So let me screenshot this so I can torment him with a Facebook message if he's not in here now, and then I will close the wheel of Gramps and get back to it. All right. Well, I hope I didn't forget anything. If you would, please sign up for June. Congrats to everybody who fished in KBF Mayhem and used that to qualify. Matt and I busted our butts, and several others did too. For those who did make the top 100, you had to qualify the harder way, and especially in a state like Indiana. And I got to give Matt kudos, bro. I mean, you took that paddle kayak out. You did what you had to do in the worst weather. I'm still thinking back to that stream when you're sitting out there hiding under a bridge as a thunderstorm blows over you. And I'm like, this fool is still out here because he only has so many days like most of us. He sat there under that bridge and waited for that storm to go through. And I think there was actually tornadoes linked to that farther south, but he sat there waiting for it to pass over. And as soon as it blew through, he kept fishing till dark and caught. I think that might have been the day he caught a 20. But he put 2 20s on the board in Indiana. That's really good. And, there's a few guys in a few different spots that do it, especially down south. But Matt put in the work, and I think he ended up being 6th in the state or 4th. Yeah, he was way up there in the top 10. But for a minute there, it was Jeremy, Matt, and then me. And then Matt caught another big donk and passed Jeremy, and then solidified his way in. And Jeremy didn't need it because he's already in the top. He's already qualified. But then I had to go do my thing and fight through it too. Somebody asked me earlier how I was doing. I am getting a little bit better. I'm getting more sleep. Of course, I was gone on this whole weekend with Gran, and we literally enjoyed quiet time together. We slept, and we went out and got, did some walking around and things like that too. And she let me rest because she knew I was wore out. But we had a nice, peaceful, quiet 30th weekend. And tonight is our anniversary, so I need to get off of here and go spend the last little bit of time pestering her while she's trying to watch her shows, and then she'll kick me off to come in here and leave me alone. But no, we had a great 30th anniversary weekend. It was awesome. And then she was kind enough to let me come live tonight so I can announce the winners and do a live stream with y'all. So yeah, I'm gonna be taking a little break. My new motor for the kayak will come in. We're going to be discussing other stuff, a donation that we got. And I'm going to have a friend of mine come on at some point in the near future, hopefully next week, between the various monthly, winners and whatnots as well. But Yeah, I just saw Mrs. OEF5's message about, I was hiding under the hiding under the bridge. Gramps, can you teach me how to fish next time we're out? Only if it's raining, bro, and only if we're throwing frogs. But other than that, no, it's a good time. Everybody kicked butt. Had a great anniversary weekend. I'll be back in the gym next week. I've been getting more sleep. I'm still not editing videos. I'll probably try to start shooting and filming and doing all that again, here in the next couple of weeks. But now that the motor that I have on my kayak is going to go on a different kayak, and we'll discuss that later. And then my rear mount kayak motor is in, so I'll be motoring like Jeremy, and then our focus will change to the rivers and chasing smallies and getting out and having a little more adventurous instead of fishing tournaments that are complete work. But yeah, that's just the transition we're going to. And then then I'll be back to making some videos. I've already started working on the playlist of things I know I want to get done. And we're just going to get back to having fun. But thank you all for tuning in tonight. Again, congrats to Liz, Alex, and everybody. Thank you all for the support. It really means a lot. Josh just hopped in. We were already bragging about your fish, Josh. So, go ahead and I should have told you to not upload your fish to the end of the month so that we so that we'd get more people to sign up. But that's part of the competition, so everybody's going to be hammering it out and doing the work too. But appreciate that. And again, get signed up next month, and you might be a lucky winner. One of the Lose Mock. I love these reels. One of the Lose Mock, because it's funny how everybody knows that I'm a Shimano dude for a lot of things, but Lose still doesn't hurt my thumb. So when I start dropping, when I've already started doing it, when I'm starting to put a bunch of Lose reels on a bunch of Loomis rods, I'm sure the rod snobs are going to have what they say. You can't put Lose on it. You can't put Lose on it. You got to use Shimano. No, I don't. I love Lose. So we'll get to be talking about all that too. But I think Tom is going to be, I thank Tom for supporting us. Tom at Lose and Strike King. I'm going to be working with him, maybe get some other prize packs like some Strike King bait packages and all that too. I'm surprised I don't see Mr. Brandon in here giving me the poop about throwing rage bugs more than bandito bugs, but each has their own time and place. I use them both in specific situations, and they work very well. With all that said, I'm going to stop mumbling and get out here and get some rest. And we'll see you guys on the next live. Keep an eye out, and I'm going to start working back on getting my guests together. I'm supposed to be appearing on the Bearded Paddlers live stream at some point in the near future. I told him it was sometime in the next 2 weeks, I think it is. I don't remember because my brain is dead. But I did get my special assignment at work done. 2 more people are getting hired to come help me over the next month or so. Things should be settling down, and I'll get brain power again, and we'll go get back to catching fish. But we're going to be chasing smallies and having fun in that area too. But get out there, and everybody go, please. Each one reach one. Let's get some more people in Catch 22. We were up over, and I'm not going to forget to talk about this. We were up over big numbers. I'm going to pull it up because it's important to me. Everybody knows that Freedom Squad is all about the Catch 22 challenge and what it stands for. And oh my God, we're already over 17,185 fish. It was like 16,000 when Chad made a post last week. So we put up 1,000 fish in just a week. I think I put up 30 or 40 just in the last bit alone. That's all I got to say about that. Each one, reach one. Go grab a buddy. Go grab a friend. Get somebody into Catch 22. It's a great way to get them involved in what we're doing. It's for, obviously, we know a great cause. But being way over 17,000 again, let's smash the first 2 years' records. As always, get outside when you can and make some memories. One cast at a time for Catch 22. Yeah. See y'all.